everybody. I'm Leanne with Confluence Cycle Yoga. This is Shyla and this is Teo. And this is our inaugural at-home yoga video for our COVID-19 quarantine at-home videos. This is realistic. If you have dogs at home, expect this and just embrace it. So, welcome. We're going to begin our yoga practice. So, find a comfortable spot. Oh, before we do, make sure that you have some blocks. If you don't have blocks, books will do. A strap, a belt will do if you don't have a yoga strap, and a blanket. We may or may not use these, but these props are nice to have at the ready, just to make things a little bit easier for you. So go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat on your mat. You can take your book, you can take your yoga block if you have that, and go ahead and have a seat on the block so that your knees are dropping a little bit lower than your hips. Take a moment here to close your eyes and rest your hands on your legs. You can create a mudra if you want, make that okay sign with your thumb and the fingertip together, or you can just rest your hands on your thighs or cradle one hand and the other in your lap. Your choice. Move around a little bit on the block, forward and back, side to side, just to find your center of gravity. We want to find the natural four curves of our spine. We spend a lot of days sitting at the desk, at a computer, or hunched over our phones. So our normal posture is hunched over, and it takes us a moment to discover that optimal alignment. And you'll know it when you get there. All of a sudden it feels like there's a load off of your lower spine. Your ears begin tracking over your shoulders. Your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Imagine your ribcage, an inverted bowl, stacked over your pelvic bowl. So the two openings of the bowls are stacked one on top of each other. How are you meeting the mat? And how is your breath? And when I say those two things, don't do anything to change how you're seated here on your block or your book. Don't change anything about your breath. Just notice how your breath is landing, how you're receiving your breath. Take a few moments here to just be and to just breathe. This is an opportunity to create an intention, or it's called the sankalpa. Think of it as an affirmation, something that you would like to focus on, something that you wish to rewrite, or even change or manifest. If you're like me and your mind goes blank, maybe it's just, I am enough. Begin focusing on your breath. A little bit more intently now, drawing it in, feeling your belly swell, drawing your breath in as deep as you can go, and then letting your breath out. Take a couple more of intentful breaths here, drawing your breath into your belly. Feel your belly swelling out. And then as you exhale, everything sinks in. Your next breath in towards your belly. 60%. And then the rest of your inhale, allow to consciously fill your thoracic cavity, feeling your rib cage expand 360 degrees around. And let your breath out. Do this 5 more times. Drawing your breath in, 60%. The remaining of your inhale, filling your thoracic cavity, letting the breath out. 4 more times. One last breath in. On your next inhale, slowly open your eyes. Remove the block and come onto your hands and knees. And finding your neutral spine, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. We're going to find 5 cat-cows. We're going to draw our breath in, dropping the belly, lifting the crown of the head, the tailbone, and exhaling, rounding the back, waking up our spine. Exhaling, inhale, drawing your belly towards the mat and your heart through your upper arms. And exhale, round your back. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling the waves of motion, the marriage of movement and breath. And one more breath in. And out. Your last inhale, coming back to neutral spine, rooting your hands into the mat below your shoulders. Take one leg out, back behind you, the other leg finding your high plank, and then pressing back, downward facing dog. And feel free, if you have any dogs in the room, to walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. Continuing to press your hands into the mat, lifting your sits bones to the sky. And then straightening both legs, drawing your heels towards the mat. Continuing to press your hands into the mat, gaze past your knees. One more breath. Looking towards your thumbs as you exhale, bend the knees, and go ahead and walk to the top of the mat, finding your half lift. Nice flat back, and then exhale, forward fold, crown of the head, reaching towards the floor, and then roll up. Bring your hands up over your head, palms together. Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands to your mind, to your heart, and down by your sides. And then at this point, if you're like me, feel free to shed a layer. And then let's go ahead and find Tadasana, rooting your feet below your knees, hips over your knees. Coming back to that alignment, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, and over your ankles. Think of your rib cage as an inverted bowl, stacked over an upward facing bowl, which is your pelvic bowl. Arms reaching down your sides. Feeling the 4 natural curves of your spine. Rooting your feet. Lifting your toes, finding the 4 corners of your feet, rooting into the mat. And 2 more breaths. One more breath in. Staying here for your exhale. Next inhale, bring your hands up overhead, palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Find your forward fold one more time, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up to your half lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. For our first chaturanga, let's shift forward. Bring our knees, chest, chin down, and inhale up to your baby cobra. Root the tops of your feet into the mat. Lift your hands up off of the mat about an inch. Rooting the tops of the feet. Drawing your heart to the front of the room. Waking up your spine. Exhale. Come to your downward facing dog. Taking one more breath. We're going to rise up. Look forward. Inhale. Come to the top of the mat. Coming into your half lift. And forward fold. Inhale, reach to the sky. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. You can bring your hands to your shins or your thighs if you wish. Exhale, hop or step back to your high plank. Shift forward and bring your knees, chest, chin down. Inhaling up to your baby cobra. One more breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths in downward facing dog. One more breath here. Rising up, looking forward, bending the knees, coming to the top of your mat. Inhaling and fold as you exhale. Inhale, reach, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, coming to your Tadasana. And then inhale, just hinging at the hips, finding your Utkatasana, your chair pose. We'll take 3 breaths here to build our chair pose. So lifting your toes up off of the mat, sitting in your chair. We lift our toes just to find ourselves seated into our chair. Take one more breath. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. This time you can go to high, low plank, or find your knees, chest, chin, like we did before. Inhaling to your up dog, and exhaling back down dog. As we inhale, bring your right foot forward. Spin and root your left foot, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga. Shifting forward, lowering down, finishing your exhale here. Inhaling up dog, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, left foot comes forward. Spin and root right foot, bending your left knee. Exhaling. Flowing with the movement and breath, marrying the two together. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, back down dog. 3 breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, rising up on your toes, looking forward, bending the knees. Half lift and fold. Kissing your dog all the way down there. Inhale, Utkatasana. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hopping or stepping back, making sure you shift forward, bending down, lowering down. Inhale, up, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale our right foot forward, warrior 1. We're going to take 2 breaths here. One more breath. We're going to open up to warrior 2 for 2 breaths. One more breath here. Let's go ahead and inhale and reverse our warrior. Your left hand can come down your leg, or you can bind it. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. From here, you can press back to down dog, or you can go through another vinyasa. Know that you don't have to do these vinyasas if you don't want to. Inhale your left foot forward, warrior 1. 2 breaths. And then open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. You can bind your arm or take your arm down your back leg. One more breath. As you exhale, hands down to the mat. Find your high plank. Press back down dog or Chaturanga Dandasana. Two more breaths. In down dog, rooting your feet, rooting your hands, taking your gaze past your knees. One more breath. Rising up. looking forward, half lift, and forward fold. Inhale, reach to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, coming to your Tadasana. Beautiful, 2 breaths here, rooting. Taking a moment to recenter and regroup. Next inhale, come into your Utkatasana. And fold as you exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or press back to your downward facing dog, your choice. We're going to take 1 breath in each of those warriors. We're going to inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, coming back into warrior 2. We're going to inhale, bring our hands to our heart, and rotate to face the front of the room. And we're going to press into warrior 3. Whew. Taking 1 more breath. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, coming into your crescent lunge. Inhaling, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. And you can step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior 1. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. Hands to your heart, coming into crescent lunge, pressing into warrior 3. And know that you can keep your hands at your heart if you want, or you can bring them down by your sides if you don't want to bring them out. Hands to your heart, coming into crescent lunge, hands down in the mat, stepping back, downward facing dog. Bringing your knees down to the mat, crossing your ankles, and having a seat. Bringing your legs out in front, pressing through the balls of your feet. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. As your legs are straight here, and we're flexing at the hips, lift your kneecaps towards your hips to engage your quads, folding perhaps a little bit more forward. Each inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, forward, fold a little bit more. And 1 more breath. And then on that last exhale, allow your back to round, head to drop to your knees, and roll all the way up. We'll do 1 more forward fold. Feet together, soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Draw the outside of your knees towards the mat. Inhale, lift the crown of your head towards the sky. And exhale, forward fold. As before, find nice length and space in your spine. And then as you exhale, fold a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Exhaling, rounding down and rolling up. Go ahead and take your book or your block. And if you're using a yoga block, you want to go on the lowest height. The block has 3 heights. We're going to go on the lowest height. We're going to lay back on our backs. We're going to bring our feet below our knees. And we're going to lift our hips up, and we're going to slide the block underneath our lower back so that the sacrum rests on it. It's not the lumbar spine, but it's below the lumbar spine, the nice flat part of your lower back. That's your sacrum. Draw your knees up towards your chest, and then bring your feet towards the sky, Viparita Karani. This will be our inversion for our practice today. Very calming, very restorative. You could always do this against the wall, with your bum against the wall and your legs resting against it. The block is underneath our hips to create some elevation, to create a nice calming effect on our body and on our nervous system. Closing your eyes. Notice how you're meeting the mat. Notice how your breath is landing in your body. And let's go back to that guided breath that I led us through at the beginning of the practice. Drawing the breath in to your belly. Taking the rest of your breath in, filling the thoracic cavity. And continue to do that 3 more times. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, return them to the mat, pressing your hips up, removing the block, putting that aside, lowering down, and then just swipe your knees left to right, right to left. Draw your knees up to your chest. And let's draw 3 circles going counterclockwise. And then 3 circles clockwise. Stopping in the center now. Squeezing yourself into a tiny little ball. Bringing your forehead up to your knees. Squeezing yourself a little bit more. And just when you think you can't squeeze anymore, squeeze a little bit more. And then go ahead and spread out. Find the state of relaxation that Shavasana requires from that state of contraction. Spreading yourself out. Taking your index finger and thumb together for that OK symbol. Detecting your pulse rate. And matching your breath to your pulse. Giving yourself permission to sink into the mat. The weight of your head, your shoulders, the backs of your arms, your hands, your spine, your hips meeting the mat, the back of your legs, and your feet. Begin allowing your breath to deepen now. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Reaching overhead, giving yourself a nice big cat stretch. Drawing your knees to your chest. And roll to your favorite side. And then with eyes closed, press up. Find a seated position, bringing your hands together at your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice with me. May you find love, light, happiness, peace, and laughter today, tomorrow, and always. And know that the love and light in me honors the love and light in you. Namaste.